Hi everyone, this is Dr. Pat. We've just celebrated International Women's Day, and while we've come very far, there's just so much further for us to go. Recently in the media, a lot of attention has been placed on gender abuse, which has a lot to do with, um, young women and the female children, and sometimes the adult women being abused by men. So even though we have taken positions of privilege. We have even become presidents and prime ministers of countries. There are so many backward steps, despite all of the forward steps that we have made. Now, one of the things that I wanted us to look at today is how each of us as females can help to change the situation concerning gender abuse. Now, a lot of us who have had children in a failed relationship do not encourage the fathers to play an active role in the growing up of their children, and especially if the breakup has been a traumatic one in which the mother and father really they don't talk well together. But unfortunately, we do have children together, and the fact that the children aren't there forces us to make sure that we interact with each other. So when the women decide that they don't want the children to talk to their fathers, and we think that we're spiting the father, in fact, it is the opposite effect that happens, because the children actually need the father. And the reasons why include the girls. The fathers are the ones who allow them to have a high self-esteem. They help them to be comfortable with themselves. They allow the children, the girls, to feel good about themselves, so they don't have to be chasing after men to establish their self-esteem and their self-worth. For the boys, the father usually help the boys to understand themselves as men. We are not men. We do not know how to be men. So there are certain things that the father has to pass on, or a male figure that is there most of the time in the life of the child, who's able to pass on these things to the boys to help them to understand themselves as to who they really are as men. Now, concerning the thoughts of a lot of men who have issues with women, I believe that the women who are mothers and they have the boy children and they do not have the fathers to help, you need to take time out to teach the boys how to be who we know they ought to be. It's really the role of the mothers, to soften that side. However, you now have an additional role to play where the father isn't around as often as you would like them to be around. And so you now have to take the time out to teach the boys how to respect the women, to teach the boys what it is that a woman needs or desires, how women function, how they think, and not to abuse them, not to take them as if they're toys. For the girls, as the mother, the girls need to understand that there's something about self-respect that stop the guys from thinking that they can do anything with them. Once the girl has this sense of self-respect, it is really difficult, for the boys to start having all kind of thought process, because they dress differently. They speak differently. They encourage a different kind of relationship or a different kind of values within their peers, among people who they interact with. It is sad that even while we are taking so many steps forward in terms of being thought of very seriously, we do have another set of culture where the girls are taught to be toys. And when they're taught to be toys like this, what will happen is that the men who don't know any better take advantage of this situation, because in everything it always takes two. And so when we have the gender abuse, it is because sometimes we encourage the men to think of the woman as property. And so if you don't line up with what I think or how I think you ought to behave, I can beat you. You know, I can destroy you. I can punish you because you're not my equal. You are a toy for me. So it's so important for us as the females, as the mothers within the house, to take that step forward. Take the time out. I know you're busy. You're trying to make two ends meet. However, we have a very pivotal role to play with regards to the future of our children, both with regards to how the men think about the women and how the women think about themselves. I believe that that will lessen the abuse that is happening right now. We owe this to our children. We owe them a legacy that can be passed on, the one that we will be proud of. Too many women have made too many sacrifices for us not to continue with that path. So let's see if this works. Let's see if each one of us in our own individual family can try to make that difference. We'll talk again soon. Have a great week.